Hi guys, it's Jasmine 22 here, and this reading is for the Geminis out there for February 24th through March 1st. I just would like to say thank you guys so much for your likes, your comments, and to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. If you would like a one question email reading from me, I'll have all the details in the description box below. And not only that, please keep in mind that these are general readings and not everything may resonate. Okay, let's see what's going on with Gemini for this week. We have the Six of Wands and we have the Ace of Wands reversed. So with what I see here, Gemini, you're moving on from something or somebody that you do not want a new beginning with at all. I feel like the opportunity with this was here, but you chose to go along on your path. Let's say someone wanted to rekindle a relationship that they had with you, and they brought the Ace of Wands like this, like, hey Gemini, I feel like we could really be successful at this. And you was like, well, I'm going to be successful on my own because I really don't want this anymore. You know, a lot of time has passed, I've grown, I've looked at things differently, and I just don't feel that fire about you anymore. That could be an example too. I feel some of you were just done waiting for somebody. You started to realize how it wasn't fair to you, you know? This person taking their sweet old time, and it's kind of like, well, my life is not going to go anywhere as long as I'm still trying to wait for this person to make up their mind about me. Like, it helps you see how you left your value into somebody else's hands, is what I'm getting to. It's like, I let this person hold the fate in where this goes. Like, I don't deserve to be first choice. Like, I deserve to be first, you know, in anyone's life, you know, to make them a priority. But if somebody's not going to do that to me, then I don't want it. And that's a wish contentment with the Nine of Cups, because you realize your worth in this situation. You're happy. You're happy to actually turn this person down. It's like, you know what? Look, man, look how I've grown, man. I remember when I used to cry and pine over you and feel like I couldn't get over this. But the fact that I even stayed around this long, I will not give anybody that type of leeway to do that again. You know, it's either we do things or we don't. And with the Nine of Cups here, I feel like you're really focusing on what you want now, what makes you happy, which is a great energy. And you're tired of feeling ignored. So that's why I was saying with this person, it just seemed like you were just waiting for them, you know, while they looking at everything else in their lives, right? Let's say they even was talking to other people, right? Or entertaining other people, and you was just sitting there like, okay, but I care and I love you, but you're watching them just easily talk to other people, hang out with them, everything. But when it came down to you, you were sitting here like this, like they couldn't see. Well, I meant to say they were sitting here like this, like they couldn't see your cup. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to take my cup. And that's when the universe was also saying, yeah, Gemini, take your own cup. Like, don't sit here and worry about somebody that's not worried about you. You can do way better than this. You know, you deserve way better than this. So I'm going to go into the clarifiers too right now. Let's see. Ace of Wands reverse, Six of Swords. So we have the Strength and we have the Page of Pentacles. So it seems to me this person, what's ironic about this person was finally gaining the strength to finally come and approach you with the offer too. They finally were in a place where it's like, I feel like I ignored this Gemini long enough. Let me just come through and see what's going on. And you're like, no, because that's not fair to me. You're not going to pick and choose when you care about me. You know, most of the time I feel like this. So if I feel ignored, I might as well be by myself. I'm tired of waiting for you to have the strength to give me an offer. Like, forget the offer. I don't want it anymore. Because I realized that I was seeking validation from you. And that's how I felt like you got into this cycle with this person. They had the ability to make you feel really, really good, Gemini. And it's like they knew exactly what to say to you that kind of kept you there. But then you always felt like this, right? You always felt like something was missing. Like, yeah, I hear your words. Yeah, I feel the passion sometimes. But I still feel like this at the end of the day. And something's not right here. So let's see why the Nine of Cups is here. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles. And why is the Four of Pentacles here? We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Three of Wands. So, with the Ten of Cups here, this being in a situation with this person truly caused you to question what are you really looking for in a relationship, Gemini. How do you operate in a relationship? Do you give too much? Do you overextend yourself too much to people? I feel like this is what you start to think about. You know, do I get caught up in my emotions about how I feel about people, but at the end of the day, those people don't feel the same about me? That they could just come in and come out whenever they choose and not allow them to do that? I feel like you're really reevaluating what is your Ten of Cups to you, and you're not settling anymore. I feel like this relationship taught you a great lesson about yourself, about how you may have settled. Let's say you've met this person at a time of your life and things weren't really going the greatest, right? This is why they say it's a good idea not to date while you're still healing or going through anything like traumatic, period. I feel like. Because anything, it's the perfect example, right? Let's say you didn't eat for like 7 days and somebody gives you this half bitten sandwich, got hairs in it, all types of stuff, but to you is that's better than nothing, right? Until you get back on your feet and then you're eating, filet mignon, for example, and you're like, oh my gosh, that sandwich at the time though, right? When you was starving and you was desperate, tasted like everything. That's kind of it. That's how it is when we date, when we need to heal, because we cannot see things clearly. We would hang on to a person's words and not see their actions because we feel so low about what's going on in our lives. And maybe that's what you have realized, that this person's characteristics was already there, but you was not paying attention because you were hurting inside. And then when you started healing, you started to realize things about this person, and it was just like, how did I get here? Like, I used to feel so passionate about this person at a point in time. And we have the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands here and the Three of Wands. With what I see here, it's still hard to not communicate with this person, I feel like, because a part of you really cared about them. But I feel like you're withholding the passionate communication back and forth. You're holding it to yourself. And you're focusing more on your growth. You're ready to go towards your Four of Wands. You're ready to leave this situation behind. Because like I said, you have grown and you have healed. And you start to see this relationship wasn't what you thought it was because of where you were too. You know what I mean? So this person may have sounded like this smooth person, and they promised you a whole bunch of things and you held on to their promises until you start to heal and evolve and change and grow, and then you're like, wait a minute, you just gave me words. When it's time to come through, I always feel like this. I always feel ignored by you or tossed to the side by you. So let's see why the Four of Cups is here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have Judgment. And we have the Tower. So let's see why the Tower's here. The Magician. So, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This was a slow realization for you, Gemini. Because, like I said, you cared about this person. You tried to be patient with this person, too. You know, maybe they told you they went through things in their lives and you was going through things too, and that's kind of how you related, kind of trauma bonding in a way. But this person was more making excuses more than really trying to better themselves or really to instill more healthier habits on how they deal with things. And this person was also emotionally unavailable. That's another thing. Maybe you felt like you could be the one to open them up. And like I said, this person was away with words. And you was like, okay, well, I'll be patient. You know, we all go through stuff, but it didn't pay off for you, right? And then the judgment came up. There were some things that were going on to cause you to see that this relationship is not what it is. And it was a tower moment. It was kind of like, you know, let's say you was driving in your car and then all of a sudden you was thinking about things that were going on in your life, and it's just like, wow, what am I doing? You know, this person pretty much strings me along, and I have allowed it to happen. So it's time for me to manifest what I want to make me happy. So these are three major arcanas on top of that. And the universe is definitely here to support this decision. And because you have chose yourself first, I feel like this person, it wasn't just you, Gemini, that they did this with. This is just how they are, and they have their own things to work through. But you realize how you put all that time, effort into somebody that wasn't even trying their hardest, pretty much. So, Geminis, I hope you guys appreciate this reading, and I catch you guys next week.